Welcome to the ISB show. Good morning, North America. And here I am with Rahi and Roy. Of course, my name is Sahil. Boys, have you noticed this new ball that is I've added to my collection, which is, of course, the official ball of the 2026 World Cup, the Trionda. And who are we talking about today? We're talking about the teams that will be the final teams to make it. We've been talking about it for a long time, boys. It is the Inter-Confederation Playoffs, and they're going to be, I couldn't think of a better term than this one, fire. They're going to be fire, boys. Are you ready for this?
That's a good term and very accurate. I've been waiting for this for a long time. The concept of an interconfederational playoff is so exciting. You're bringing together teams from all over, from Africa, from South America, from North America, from even Oceania, Roycito. From Oceania, of course, from Asia. It'll be very exciting. Of course, Europe not included in this one because they're special, as always.
Always special, those Europeans, aren't they? Getting the special treatment. Yeah. So unfair.
All right, let's show it. Let's show who we got that are going to be in this final groupings, I guess you could say. But here's how everyone made it to the Inter-Confederation Playoffs. From the AFC, we have Iraq. From CAF, we have DR Congo pulling the upset over Nigeria. Jamaica, Suriname from CONCACAF. Going to talk more about that in a second. Bolivia, and of course, the team to beat in this particular round, boys, New Caledonia. How exciting is that, guys? How exciting is that? All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the first grouping pairing here, which is, of course, this one, which will have New Caledonia and Jamaica facing off. Winner gets DR Congo, and all of these matches will take place in Mexico, boys. So, what do we got?
There's one team out of all the teams you mentioned. Everyone on that list is probably pretty excited to be in the playoff. DR Congo beating Nigeria in the final, right? Suriname finding a way in instead of Honduras. But
crazy.
Jamaica is the one team who will be kicking themselves and saying, we should have qualified automatically, but they blew it by losing to Curacao and then tying them at home. So they are the one team who's going to look at this and say, wow, we blew this. We have to take advantage of this opportunity. And they are fortunate, Roycito, because as good as New Caledonia is, newsflash, they're not very good, Roy.
They're not good at all, my friend. I think our old Sunday League team might be competitive.
There's no way. They'd beat us for sure.
With me and striker, my friend, with me and maybe with you on the field starting, we wouldn't have a chance.
Oh, yeah, that's a quick point to all the fans out there. Me, Rahi, and Roy played together on a football team. We were on a team together, just to let all y'all know.
We sure did.
You can call it that. If you can call it a team.
Yeah, when you guys were in the starting lineup, that's when the problems arose. But anyways, this intercontinental playoff for Jamaica, one, like you said, Rocky, they should have never been here, man. They should have never freaking been here. This is ridiculous. We all talked about this Jamaica team and how they're turning a corner and how they have supreme Premier League talent across the board. They've reshaped the nation and reshaped soccer in this country. And then they don't make it into the expanded World Cup. It's absolutely without the US, without Canada, without Mexico to compete against, with a poor Costa Rica and a Panama that just was fluttering throughout, they still couldn't figure out how to get it done. What a disaster. And the scary thing for Jamaicans is, yes, New Caledonia, but these matchups are designed for chaos. It's designed to produce chaos. It's always designed to give the smaller nation with no hopes chances at producing miracles. And that's what's going to happen in this tournament. There's going to be opportunities for teams like New Caledonia and other teams in this confederation, intercontinental, to produce magic. And if any of the big dogs slip up for 10 minutes, they could go down.
Yeah,
it is true. It is true. So, are we picking this, or what are we doing?
Yeah, we're picking. But look, okay. pick it, I guess. But I mean, I think we're all convinced here that we can say unanimously that Jamaica is going to get past New Caledonia, right? Am I wrong in that? Or someone believes that New Caledonia can actually win
No,
this?
they should. They should.
Okay.
And they will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
So
are the chances? Like, is it like 1 in 10 that they lose, or like we're talking 1 in 100?
No.
1 in 70. I would
Yeah,
say.
exactly. I was gonna say
There's-
one in like we run that game 100 times, Jamaica loses once, I think.
Yeah.
But that's the way I think. But the DR Congo Jamaica matchup, that's what we're gonna pick, guys, right now, and give your reasons. So who wants to go first?
Rahi.
This is a tough one. This is a DR Congo team that defied expectations, beating Nigeria in that last game. And by the way, not just beating Nigeria, but they were the better team throughout.
Yeah.
They were unfortunate not to qualify directly. They were up 2-0 in that important game. They'll get, of course, Yohan Bisa back. So it's an important injury person coming back. This is a strong DR Congo side, man. This is a difficult game for Jamaica. Okay, guys, I picked Jamaica easily to win the group. I said there was no problems. I referenced Three Little Birds, the Bob Marley song. Maybe I have to pick against them this time. DR Congo.
Oh wow. Oh
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Whoa. Jeez Louise.
If you're a Reggae
Okay.
Boyz fan, that might be good luck because I picked for you last time. So we
Yeah,
shall see.
that's true. That's true. His point is right, though. Roy, DR Congo did look excellent against Nigeria. So who do you got?
Yeah, they knocked out some interesting teams to get to this point. But I think in general, what Rocky said isn't shocking. I think DR Congo is probably favored across the board to win this match because it's a tougher region, because of what they did to get here, because of the way they've been showing consistent growth as a team. So they're extremely physical. Their recent knockout match showed tremendous composure. And I feel they're better prepared for like a single match win or die type format. I think that plays more to their strengths because of how physical this team is and because they don't exactly rely on cohesion and chemistry as much as a team like Jamaica, who is less physical, but more reliant on let's figure out how these pieces work together best because they have a lot of talent.
That's the thing.
They haven't
figured it out.
They haven't.
And the
But-
DR doesn't concede. Oh, go ahead. Continue.
But
Who you picking?
even with all that said, I don't see Jamaica losing this game. I think they realize that they are a good team. They're a good team on paper. They haven't quite figured it out. I think they're going to get it together for this one match and make it through.
By the way, they have no manager right now.
Yeah.
Right. So who is their manager? We don't know. Steve
Dangerous.
McLaren resigning. It's going to be very tricky. But sometimes you get this boost of a new manager coming in.
Many times, not just
So
sometimes.
we'll see.
This
I
is
don't know who
common.
they're going to hire. I would assume someone from like the region because I don't know if you can get someone big at this stage.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
it's
not a left
it's
coach, dude.
really it's really a situation where Jamaica's organization and everything is in shambles right now, and like you said, no coach, no manager. So what's going on with some of these players, or who's going to be available? The one good thing is it's a few months away, and because it's a few months away, despite what happened against Curacao, I'm picking Jamaica as well to get through to this match because I think I sat through all of DR Congo's playoff matches against Cameroon, against Nigeria, watched every single minute of that. And that's a good team that Jamaica is going to go into that match and they're going to be the underdog. I 100% agree with that. I just think that if there's ever a time where Jamaica needs one good performance, like the performance they had against Canada a little while back, right? Which is where they overturned the deficit, won it 3-2. They need a performance like that. And I believe that is going to happen. They're going to get it done. I think the match against New Caledonia will help them a little bit just to get some kinks out. I imagine Jamaica is going to play a pretty awful match in that match. I think they're an awful match and get it done. I think that's going to be like they're going to win by maybe a 2 goals or something and then get it done. And I think the second match is going to be the wake-up call. So I think that's what's going to happen to the Jamaica Reggae Boyz, guys. Let's move on to the next group. Look at this pairing. My goodness.
This
how
is
spicy
fascinating.
is that?
This is fascinating.
Spicy. So, initial thoughts, my friend Rahi. What do you got?
This is interesting because that first game is much more evenly matched. Bolivia, of course, coming from South America, will go into this game thinking We are the favorites, and they will be the favorites on name alone, but on team and on performance, this is going to be a very interesting game. Suriname, for those who haven't been watching, was largely excellent throughout qualifying.
Crazy.
Not surviving, but playing very, very well. Aside from the last game, which they played, which is a very, very difficult away game in Guatemala. That's a tough game. But aside from that, they were good throughout. And on the other side, Bolivia, you're looking, yes, Bolivia beating Brazil at home to make it to this round. Incredible. But as we say with Bolivia, look at their away performances. Look at when they are not playing in the skies, which is their stadium at home, is the tallest stadium. It's at the highest altitude of any stadium in the world. And this stadium they're playing in, Roy, in Monterrey, is basically at, a little 2,000 feet above sea level. They don't have the altitude advantage, which changes the dynamic a lot if you're Bolivia.
Yeah, big time. I kind of see this, even though Bolivia isn't known as this big team, but Bolivia comes from CONMEBOL. They qualified for this through CONMEBOL. That is a massive undertaking. That's an incredibly difficult challenge. But all these games are being played in Mexico. The one superstar player that Bolivia has is their stadium. That's it. That is the difference between winning and losing for Bolivia. We could look through all their away games. I don't think they won a single one. Can we get our intern to check that fact? Sahil, I don't think Bolivia won a single away game during qualifying.
Yeah, I think we could confidently say that without even looking.
So.
Yeah.
So this is an away game in a neutral territory, not at altitude. They just don't have the pieces to perform well away from home. And Suriname, this is interesting because it becomes very emotional. Suriname is in the middle of a complete Cinderella story. This is a complete underdog story. So I would say this is kind of David versus Goliath. That's the way I'm seeing it, because Suriname, I guarantee you, if you ask 500 Europeans what Suriname is, they will say it's a dish. They'll say it's a food. They'll say it's a type of clothing. It's a country that is about to qualify for the World Cup, and I would not be surprised if they make it through. They're my pick. Suriname is my pick over Bolivia.
I'll take Suriname as well, to be honest.
Yeah, so the thing is, Suriname was winning the group, right? By the way, there's one country that in Europe, Roy, that will definitely know who Suriname is as Netherlands, because a lot of the players that are on the Suriname team are based in Netherlands. But besides that country, I agree. So here's the thing with Suriname, and we followed this team very closely, did a lot of videos on Suriname on this channel. That last match against Guatemala really shocked us, because we saw a team that throughout the campaign was leading the group, had two great performances against Panama, and that last game they just came out super flat. And in fact, if it wasn't for a last-minute goal, which I'm now convinced the Surinamese players didn't even know they needed, if it wasn't for that last-minute goal, they would have been out. So that last-minute goal that was a Guatemala own goal saved Suriname, and Suriname basically has a second shot at this. And because of that, because they have a second shot at this, I believe they're going to look in this match very similar to the Guatemala game, not as hard because they're not going into as hostile of an environment, and I think they're going to get this done. So as well. So I think we're unanimous we're unanimous on that front about Suriname.
We're going to get embarrassed. We're going to get embarrassed.
The Bolivians are coming for us.
The Bolivians are coming for us. But now, Roy, you and I talked after the Iraq match. We have a lot of Iraqi fans in the comments. Now, between Suriname and Iraq, we'll take it from our predictions. Who's winning this, guys? Who's winning this match?
You first, Roy. Who's winning?
Iraq. Yeah, there's I can't see it happening. I can't see Suriname in what would be their first ever appearance at such a stage to go and beat a team that's historically done quite well in qualifications, who has historically made the World Cup. I don't see it happening. Iraq is a strong team. They played exceptionally well in that playoff to make it to this stage. Yeah, and they're fresh on top of that. So this game before the Iraq game, it's going to be killer. It's going to be destructive. It's going to be pure chaos. They're going to fight tooth and nail to the death. And then a few days later, they got Iraq. It's tough.
Roy's a big Graham Arnold fan over there with the former Australian coach. Rahi, what do you got?
This has been a qualification of surprises, of emotional stories, of momentum that comes from nowhere. Think about Scotland getting in. Think about Haiti, Curacao. Haiti, Curacao, let's make it the trifecta. I'm going Suriname, baby, into the World Cup.
It's crazy, man.
Write it down. Write it down.
You're crazy,
Wow.
man.
That is wild. That is wild, man. All right, so we got one Suriname, we got one Iraq on, both represented. Yeah, you know what? Why not? I'll go with the Cinderella story. I'll go with they're both kind of Cinderella stories, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
the
Iraqi
Iraqis are big
fans, and
Cinderella
I'll
story
be happy. I'll be happy for both of these teams if whichever the story gets through. I'll go Suriname. I'll go with Suriname.
Okay.
I think I think it's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be very close. I see it going to penalties or something like that. I think it's going to be very close. So
I will say, for me, there's no logical. Iraq is the better side, and they should go through. But
I think 3-0 Iraq is my guess.
Oh, wow.
That is the final. If Suriname makes it through Bolivia, which is going to be tough as heck.
Yeah,
I see 2 or 3-0 Iraq.
Okay. All right. Everyone out there, let us know your thoughts of who you think is going to get through. Is it going to be Suriname? Is it going to be Bolivia? Is it going to be Iraq? Is it going to be the DR Congo? Or will the Jamaica Reggae Boyz get through? It's going to be exciting. We're going to cover it all for you guys. I feel like we should all go to Mexico to watch these matches, man. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting.
Cool. That would be very cool. I would love that.
Yeah. We should all go do it. Anyway, all you out there, if you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe to the channel. Keep watching the beautiful game. We'll see you soon.